Dad.
He's not here. He's on Mars.
He's on Mars?
Mm-hmm.
I thought lovers flew to the moon.
I overshot.
Dad, what do you make of that phone call before from Opal?
Not much. Just her overactive imagination kicking into warp drive. I love you.
But remember that weird phone call that Joe got before the wedding, the one that supposedly came from Dixie?
Mm-hmm.
That said that you were sick and you were in the hospital and you thought it was just some crank call, or that it was Edmund and it was like his last-ditch effort to stop the ceremony?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, maybe that call really did come from Dixie. Maybe she thought this guy really was you. And if Edmund thought that, you know, that you were with Dixie, then he must have thought that I... Dad?
It was real. I was there. It was happening all over again.
Look, it's okay now. You're okay.
I don't know. Had that same small, helpless feeling.
It's over.
I was sitting there in the shadows, staring up at the trees, waiting for somebody to come and take me home.
Why don't you just try and let it go?
I thought I had let it go. Why is this coming back to me now? Why is this happening again?
Do you want me to turn on some music? Maybe turn on the television?
I'm in my own home. I'm with my wife. I'm in my own bed. Why am I dreaming about being an abandoned little boy? Why now?
Here.
Thanks.
So. What can I do to help?
Nothing. I'm fine. I'll be okay, I promise. You signed on for a honeymoon, not the night shift at the psycho ward.
Hey, come on. Everybody has nightmares. That's what spouses are for. You chase away my nightmares and then I chase away yours.
Well, this is not what I had in mind for our first day of fun in the sun. Yeah.
You know, maybe it's just coming back here to this house, this room. You know, this was your other life. Maybe it's just being here.
I don't know, I'm not sure. Only thing I do know is that when they talk about having a panic attack, this is what they mean. I hate this.
Well, do you want to try and talk it out?
I wouldn't know what to say. I had dreams since I can't remember when.
Well, you give yourself a break. I mean, your life has not exactly been calm. For the last few months, you've gone through one change after another.
So what, all of a sudden my childhood's gonna start rearing its ugly head?
It could be.
Just remember, we should have stuck with plan A. We could have been eating suckling pig and dancing around in grass skirts at some luau by this time.
So maybe we'll go to Hawaii on our first anniversary. Or our 5th, or our 10th.
Yeah. Why go all the way to Waikiki Beach to relive my childhood traumas when I can do it right here in the comfort of my own home?
You know, I wish you would ease up on yourself. It's one bad dream.
Aunt, I love you. We got married. We're on our honeymoon. We're supposed to be starting our lives together. I don't know about you, but waking up in a cold sweat is not my idea of a good beginning.
All right. So let's do this again. Let's begin again. Let's do something inspirational.
Like what? Drive to Big Sur and start chanting at the sunrise naked?
Let's call our son. Billy, what time is it in Pine Valley? I'm sure Jamie is done with his nap.
Jamie, that's it. That's why I had the dream. I had a dream. It's no big deal.
No big deal. You woke up screaming.
I'm awake. It's over.
What are you going to do now? You're just going to stay awake for the rest of your life? There's a great possibility that there is something in the back of your brain that wants to come out. And if you just open up a little bit, talk to me, tell me. What about the place that you were at in the dream? I mean, did those woods feel very real to you?
I don't believe in this stuff.
What stuff? Come on, you're pale, you're shaking, you're sweating, your pulse is probably going through the roof. Hey, now come on, don't do that. You talk to me. Look, mister, you're the one that got into a boat and rowed across the lake in order to get to me, and now I'm here and you don't want to talk to me?
Not about dreams.
Well, you tell me what else you've been doing other than dreaming since the moment I laid eyes on you. I took one look at you and you passed out, and you have been more or less out ever since. You would be dead right now if I hadn't dragged you here. So I'm trustworthy enough to save your life, but not enough to tell the details of a dream to. Come on, Michael. Talk to me. What is the problem? What are you so afraid of?
I'm not afraid.
The heck you're not. You're terrified. Come on. Tell me why.
Jamie, that's it. That's what it's got to be Jamie. He's what triggered the dream.
Do you think so?
Sure. Lately, when I look at Jamie, it's like looking at me when I was a kid.
Well, I know how that is.
Well, then you know how I feel.
Yeah?
Yeah, the other day, I was on a playground with him, and he reached up to hug me, and suddenly, out of the blue, I was back 25 years, reaching up to hug Ray.
We obviously did not hug you back.
No. He didn't. Anyway, it's got to be Jamie. He brought back the dream because it tapped me into the little kid that I stashed away years ago. And I'm sure that now that he's in my life, some of the scary stuff is bound to come out of cold storage.
One of the scariest things being when you were abandoned in that state park.
Yeah.
So much good is going to come out of this, too. You'll see.
Already has. Like the way he smiles and sticks out his tongue every time he sees a frog. I used to do that when I was 2 years old. Opal says she's got the pictures to prove it. Yeah. This father-son stuff is amazing.
Can I let you in on a little secret?
Sure.
Moms are in on it, too, you know.
Yeah. Well, whatever it is, once you have a child, you're not the same. Something is different.
It makes you more vulnerable.
Yeah. You think Jamie's okay, but you don't think he feels like we abandoned him, do you?
It's not like we left frozen dinners in the fridge and threw him the key.
Come on, no, I'm not joking. This is serious. I mean, I know he's got Petra. She's great, and there's always my mother and father. There's Opal. There's Phoebe. That half the town loves him. It's just that, well, there's no substitute for the real thing, is there? I'm scared to death I'm going to let him down.
Listen to me, all right? You're not going to do that because you love him too much, and he knows that.
God, I hope so. The feeling I got in that dream, it'd kill me if I ever thought that Jamie felt like that.
Well, we'll just have to make sure that he never does feel like that. He's such a lucky little boy. He's got his two parents together against unbelievable odds. Two people who are both crazy about him.
I miss him.
I do too. I do too, believe me. Listen, it's one of the drawbacks to an adult vacation. There's a big part of you that you can't pack. When I used to get crazy when I would go on business trips, but it gets easier. It does.
This is not a business trip. This is supposed to be the genesis of our romantic extravaganza.
Well, I hope one little nightmare hasn't squelched the potential.
No. But would you mind terribly if we rolled the trip back to Pine Valley? I mean, would it put a serious crimp in the amour? I know it's stupid, I know it's crazy, but would you hate it? I mean, would you think it was a miserable idea?
I think it's a very sweet idea.
Thank you.
I'm all for it. You know what? we could check in on Opal.
Now, why the hell would we want to do that?
Aren't you a little bit curious? The least bit curious about what she's talking about, this look-alike, whoever it is?
The look-alike, that's absurd. I'm sure that this guy is nothing but a product of her overactive imagination. He probably doesn't even exist. So tell me the truth. Am I the world's biggest party pooper or what?
You know what I think? Who needs champagne and caviar when you can have string cheese and box juice?
Could you stand it?
A family honeymoon? It's not exactly what I had in mind, but I think I would love it.
Good. Let's hit the airport. With any luck, we can be home to tuck Jamie into bed tonight.
Did I tell you one thing? I adore Jamie's father.
You know, it's funny you mentioned that. Because I'm wild about his mother.